Hi everybody, Joel again. I'm here today to talk to you about how to make the most out of clearing and adjustment, how to plan, and then how to capitalise on the day if you think that you might want to change your plans for which university you go to. So my first piece of advice is just to prepare however you think you did. Prepare regardless of whether you think you did really well or whether you think that you bombed your exams or whether they went exactly the same as you thought they were going to. Make a list of universities which aren't your first two choices, which require grades which are slightly worse than the ones that you expect yourself to get, so that if the worst comes to the worst, you still have some options. Get their numbers for the clearing lines, work out some things to say. I'll talk a bit more about that later on in this video. On the other hand, if you're not applying to like the top universities, if you there is the potentiality that your grades will exceed your expectations, and actually if that happens, then you might be able to go somewhere a little bit better, maybe somewhere that you'd want to go to more if you had the chance. Do exactly the same thing in case you exceed your offer, and then you can go into adjustment. So I just want to quickly say something about the difference between clearing and adjustment. So obviously clearing is where you haven't got the grades necessary to go to your top choice, and often not even the ones necessary to go to your reserve choice. And when that happens, obviously it's very disappointing, but you do need to make sure if you're going to try for clearing, you're going to try to go for other places, that you've either been rejected or have rejected both of those choices, and then you get something called a clearing number, which is what allows you, when you phone up universities to ask for spots, it allows you to, you give them that, and then they can send you through the offer, and you can go from there. Adjustment, on the other hand, as I'm sure you know, is when you have exceeded your offer and often exceeded your expectations, and you want to see if you can sort of trade up. The good thing about adjustment, though, is that it doesn't actually require that you sacrifice your place in sort of at your first choice university previously to try and trade up. Your place is actually safe at your old university if you apply for adjustment through UCAS. You just have 5 working days to find a better option, which you can then transfer your offer to. And if that doesn't happen, that's fine. You just stay with your first choice. Easy as that. So my next piece of advice is prepare some good answers as to why you're having to go through clearing. This piece of advice only really applies to clearing. For adjustment, I think universities know why you're going to be going through adjustment, because they know that you'll probably want to go somewhere better if you get better grades. With clearing, you need to be able to explain to universities, look, this is why I didn't do as well as I was hoping to do, and this is why this doesn't affect my potential of being a great student at your university. It doesn't affect my chances of going on to further academic success. And if you've got those questions prepared in advance, it means that you're going to be a lot less nervous and stressed when they come up, which they inevitably will. And it means that you'll be able to give a more impressive answer and maximise your chances of getting a good clearing offer. So this is actually really important. Do your research, whether it's for clearing or adjustment, do your research on specific universities that you're thinking about either upgrading or applying through clearing to. Sometimes when you're making those clearing calls, when you're making those adjustment calls, you can find yourself all of a sudden being in an interview. And as part of your preparation, you don't want to be caught short there. You want to have some specific information on what exactly you like about these courses, why you want to either go to study through clearing at that university or through adjustment to that university specifically. It just will make you look good if you know something about the course, if you know something about why that in particular would be good for you. And it will just help you in that moment to be less stressed. And again, as I said last time, give a more impressive answer, give you a better chance of getting that offer. So my final piece of advice today is to keep your mind open, but really do think through your decision. Picking a university through clearing, you're feeling, or adjustment, you're going to feel this massive sort of pressure to rush, especially if you're going through clearing. You just want to get anything. And actually, going to university is a massive commitment. It's a lot of money, it's a lot of time. You don't want to get through your first year or partway through your first year and be like, actually, I don't think this is worth my money, I don't like my course, I don't think this is worth it. It's a lot better to wait a year and maybe do some extra retakes then regret the course you eventually do. However, you need to keep your mind open and actually, think, well, maybe it's not worth it. Maybe I prefer to actually not waste a year, and I should consider these universities which, previously wouldn't have been my top choice. And 99% of the time, you'll probably have great fun anyway. You'll probably have a great learning experience. So just be mindful, but do be open-minded. Anyway, I've been Joel again with A&J Education. I hope you found this video informative for clearing and adjustment. If you want any other advice on this topic in particular, please leave something in the comments. If you want advice on anything else to do with education, we've got loads of great videos probably in the playlist here or on the A&J Education YouTube channel. I've been Joel once again. Thank you very much. I hope this has been informative. Have a good day.